We won every quarter. This was a steady beatdown from start to finish. Every quarter, we build the lead, we add more, we add more, we add more, and the next thing you know, you look up and the Indiana Fever.
We did a great job. 11 offensive rebounds. We outscored them on second chance points. 21 assists on 33 made field goals. Yo, shot distribution was really good. Just overall, like, strong team effort.
So, what happens when your franchise star, Caitlin Clark, is missing from the lineup, yet your team still steamrolls its biggest so-called rival? The Indiana Fever just answered that question with a 92-70 thrashing of the Chicago Sky, shattering 6 records in the process. Aaliyah Boston, Lexi Hull, Michaela Timson, and Kelsey Mitchell transformed this game into a showcase of pure dominance, leaving Angel Reese's squad looking completely out of sorts and demoralized. If you're a Fever supporter, you might be tempted to shout, "I've got the Fever!"
Folks, yet again, the Indiana Fever faced the Chicago Sky, and yet again, we whoop that. Oh boy. 92-70, it was a whole party.
Imagine going up for a layup, only to feel like the basket vanished because an immovable wall appeared in your path. That's exactly what Chicago experienced every time Aaliyah Boston controlled the paint. She's now 3rd in Fever history for career blocks, with 132 in just 112 games, an achievement that speaks to steady, elite-level dominance, especially for someone only in her 3rd season.
Chicago could really use a bucket here just to maintain stride for stride with Indiana here. Cardoso, they go inside. She's been the most sure option. This time blocked by Boston.
What made the night even sweeter for Fever fans was that they did all of this without Caitlin Clark. The easy prediction was that without their star floor leader, Indiana's defense would lose its structure and the paint would open up for Chicago's bigs. Instead, Boston turned it into a no-entry zone. In the first quarter, with Chicago trying to push the tempo, she erased a layup so cleanly that the ball ricocheted back toward midcourt. That wasn't just a defensive stop, it was a momentum shift that Indiana never relinquished.
Aaliyah Boston, she remembers the days at South Carolina, the practices at South Carolina, beating up on good old Camila Cardoso. She sees Camila Cardoso and she says, oh, this is food. This is a player, this is a matchup I can continue to be aggressive on. This is a player that no matter how good Camila may be or may not be, I will always be able to own her. And own her she did. Own her she did.
Her timing is impeccable. She blocks more than 1 shot per game, while almost never putting herself out of position. That level of discipline forces opponents to rethink even trying to attack the rim. By the second half, Chicago had resorted to awkward mid-range jumpers, tired of getting denied at the basket.
AB moved up to 3rd all-time in Fever for franchise blocks.
Chicago couldn't find an adjustment. Trip after trip, they tried to attack inside, only to come up empty. Missed shots turned into Fever rebounds, and each failed possession made Boston's presence loom larger in their minds. The emotional edge of dominating in a rivalry game only made it more impactful.
Not afraid to start the break. 2-on-4. The math doesn't work out. Cunningham thought about it. Kicks it up top. Boston handing off to Mitchell. Mitchell, plenty of space. This time back to Boston. Boston, whoa, moving furniture and getting the lay-in.
And while Boston was setting the tone inside, someone else was making sure Chicago couldn't breathe on the perimeter. Lexi Hull was everywhere, intercepting passes, hitting big shots, and reaching 2 milestones in one night. Not only did she record her 100th career steal, but she also turned the game into her personal highlight showcase.
Coming off the screen, trying to create some separation. 2 comes up to Boston, it trickles in.
It was the kind of performance that showed she's grown into a complete two-way player that opposing guards can't overlook.
Lex, 100th career steal.
Yeah!
And team high in points.
Yeah!
With Caitlin Clark sidelined and both Arie McDonald and Sydney Colson out for the year due to injuries, Hull's responsibilities increased significantly. She wasn't just logging extra minutes. She was tasked with stretching the floor, locking down the perimeter, and keeping the offense in rhythm. That's a heavy load for anyone. but she handled it as if she had been preparing for it all season. Hull poured in 17 points on 5 for 9 shooting, drilling 4 of her 6 attempts from beyond the arc. Each one felt like a gut punch to Chicago, and the performance gave her a new season high in points.
Williams gonna have to hurry off the dribble, rolls out. Hull open 3. Oh, what a sight for Lexi Hull. She has needed that one to drop.
Lexi Hull catching fire.
Now Chicago just needs to get it a little bit more settled here in the half court. Nurse loses it. Mitchell 2-on-1. It's a foot race. Mitchell to Cunningham. Cunningham right there for 2 more.
Chicago tried to chase her off the three-point line, but Hull's release was too quick. Early in the second half, she buried a corner 3 over an outstretched defender, forcing the Sky to scramble in their defensive rotations. By the fourth quarter, with the Fever already comfortably ahead, she hit another deep 3 that had the crowd roaring. That shot wasn't just more points on the board. It was the final sign that Chicago had no answers left.
Again, no Sydney Colson out for the year with the ACL tear. Lexi Hull, though, the bucket and the foul. He's dealt with so much scoring adversity lately.
Yeah, terrific baseline execution. She comes off the curl. Tell you what, this Fever team is going to be very dangerous, no matter the roster.
Oh, Lexi Hull! Heat checking her napalm era right now.
Her night wasn't just about offense. That 100th career steal came from sharp anticipation, reading the ball handler, jumping the passing lane, and taking it cleanly to flip possession. Teammates said afterward they trust her shot every time she takes it, and watching her that night, it was easy to see why. The confidence she played with spread through the team. The bench was energized, the fans stayed loud, and the pace never slowed. Hull's hot streak didn't just protect Indiana's lead. It turned an already one-sided contest into a public embarrassment for the Sky.
Lexi, that final three-pointer kind of felt like the perfect end of that night. Just if you could just talk to me about the celebration, how much of a relief that was for you, just kind of to punctuate it like that.
I mean, it's fun. You know, that the crowd was behind us today. It's fun to walk out of the gym on a high note and on a make. And yeah, I mean, I saw the time going down, so I was trying to pull out my inner Kelsey Mitchell.
While Hull was heating up from long range, a couple of other Fever players were making their presence felt closer to the basket, proving that hustle stats can swing momentum just as much as a barrage of threes. Kelsey Mitchell, the team's top scorer, took on dual responsibilities, not only leading in points, but also acting as the primary playmaker. Against Chicago, she tallied 26 points, along with a season-high 8 assists, a combination that pushed her to the top of the WNBA scoring list for the season. That wasn't by chance. It was a sign of a player adapting her game to whatever the team required and doing so seamlessly.
Kelsey Money Mitch, she brought the shovels out early. Money Mitch digging a ditch.
Mitchell had to juggle 2 roles, hunt for her own shots and make sure the offense kept flowing. For many, that might slow production, but she thrived. Early in the opening quarter, she drove hard into the lane, drew 2 defenders, and kicked the ball out to Lexi Hull for an open 3. Later, she executed a perfect pick and roll with Aaliyah Boston, tossing a lob that led to an easy layup. These weren't routine passes. They were momentum-shifting plays that kept Chicago's defense scrambling.
And we got a couple for Kels. Kels, season high in assists. Moved into the lead in the entire WNBA for total points.
Shout out to the girls.
The coach emphasized that the victory was a team-wide accomplishment, not the result of one standout performance. He pointed out that the Fever had been building their identity all year, one based on toughness, depth, and mutual trust. Without Clark, every player had to lean a little harder on those principles, and the result was one of their cleanest wins of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I'm proud of this group. I think we've shown all season long, like, they're resilient, they're connected, you know, they pull for each other, they enjoy one another, they celebrate one another, and, you know, that stuff alone is good for 10 to 12 points a game. And, you know, for this group, the way that they share the ball, how unselfish they are. I mean, I'm really proud of them. It's not been ideal circumstances all season long, but they've shown the character of who they are. They've been resilient. They've responded to adversity, and they continue to elevate one another. And, you know, I couldn't be more proud of this group than I am at this moment.
Fans in the arena were on their feet as the clock hit 0, celebrating a blowout win over their biggest rival and the fact that the team had done it shorthanded. The message to the rest of the league was loud and clear. The Fever are not a one-woman show. With Clark sidelined, others rose to the occasion, and together they sent a warning that this group can win, and win big, no matter who's available.